Hello guys, let's take a quick look at the Source Filmmaker from Steam and Valve. Source Filmmaker recently, actually this week, went into open beta. I did apply for the closed beta but did not get accepted into that, not until it went open beta, and so I got access now. Basically, let's take a quick look at the tool here. I messed around with it for 30 minutes earlier and created a small environment map and messed around with it, basically just getting acquainted with it a little bit. So right off the bat, it definitely looks like it's been used already. Usually, if Valve or Steam puts out a beta, it's very basic and broken and stuff like that. This, however, looks like it's very functional indeed, and they've come out and even said that this has been used to create some of the video material available already. So this is a tool in use, in practical use, and it's very functional, which is good. Basically, it is not a video editing tool. It's basically a movie making tool. That's why it's called Filmmaker. You have to load in a source environment, basically a game, without the bells and whistles, of course. The more graphical details are left out from this for understandable reasons, not to bog down this tool. You basically, here you have your primary viewport where you see the visual information, however you wish to represent this. Basically a map you have to load in, a game environment. You even have the source console here, so if you know the commands, you can just use this a lot, which is very nice. You get to morph and transform the game itself from the console using the admin codes and whatever, so that's very neat. Down here you have the record and playback buttons, all the standard stuff. You have the camera controls here. On the right, below this is the timeline, where you have basically your clip editor, your motion editor, and your graph editor. However you wish to represent your timeline visuals, then basically you have to start by loading in a map, or actually you have to create a new document, of course, something whatever. Yeah, I've learned that this is not the tool for me because it doesn't allow video editing at all, and you need to be creating machinima. And this is actually my point, that this is an amazing tool, a godsend of a tool for machinima makers. And I suspect that a lot of movies, short films, and aspiring artists who want to produce something are going to find this tool very useful if they take the time to actually learn it and get good with it. Mind you, you do have to have artists who create, or actually modders or whatever, who create your acting environments and your actors, who are basically game maps and models. Then currently you have access to all the Team Fortress 2 material. I suspect because it's a free-to-play game at this point, and they just included all the assets with this video. But I do see this tool going into the Steam Workshop environment and people creating assets for this, and then there are communities probably that are going to form and start creating actual content for this, like shows even, or movies. Excuse me. And basically a lot of machinima, I would hope. There has been already a lot of very hilarious and funny meet heavy alteration videos out there. They can do some great funny stuff with this, but also very dramatic and serious stuff. It just depends on your artistic skill, and everything's possible with this pretty cool tool. But I would suspect that mostly machinima makers would find this the best. I don't expect the YouTube channel Machinima to do anything really noteworthy with this, because it's not even funny how far they've actually separated themselves from the actual word machinima. So yeah, but if you know what that word means, then this tool is definitely maybe for you. So you get a new file, then load a map. I'm very not good at this. I just let's open Arena Granary map here, and then you can just pose your actors in this scene, which is a map, fully 3D map, by the way. So you can just utilize everything here. You don't have to work with 2D images anymore. You're actually working inside of your studio or live location. So that's something that hasn't been available yet, unless you create it yourself using some kind of a tool and then act out the stuff live. Here you can just control the time, environment, and actors. You basically have full control over this movie project you want to make. That's why it's called a filmmaker and not like film editor or something like that. This tool actually is of no use to me. I haven't done a minute of machinima in my life, and really I lack the skills to do so. But I have dabbled somewhat in video editing, and that's like a hobby or thing I like to do. However, here are no tools provided for that. This is mainly for basically recording your raw footage for your film. And bear with me as I load in the map on my i3 processor here. It's gonna take some time. It is loading in basically the game as well, so that's why it's taking so long. Yeah, so right, you have to add a camera here, so you can switch to work camera, and then you should be able to move around somewhat. Or of course the thing does what it wants to do itself if I just press random buttons. Right. Yeah, sorry about that. I did mess around with it earlier and got to do somewhat of a useful thing with it, but I'm really terrible with this. Definitely check out the Source Filmmaker if you find any of this interesting. It's a powerful tool, and if you know how to use it or want to invest some time into doing this, I don't have the time to do that, but not right now at least. But if you do, check this out and make some really awesome videos. Alright, thanks for watching.